Hi, and welcome back to Mad About Cards and Crafts. Today I'm excited to be participating in the Crackerbox and Suzy Stamps Hop and Giveaway. As the title states, I am featuring Crackerbox and Suzy Stamps, which are a high quality red rubber stamp. I've already stamped my images out using Gina K Designs Jet Black Amalgam ink. I am going to color my first image, which is called Sunflower Trio, and I am using a B6 marker as my darkest color. I am using it more towards the center and I'm flicking it out just a little bit. I'll blend that out with a B4 and finally I'll blend it out with a B2. I'm only going to show you this one flower just for time's sake. This is a hop, so I will have the next person in the hop linked in the description box below. There is a giveaway. They are generously giving away a $25 gift certificate to Crackerbox and Suzy Stamps. I will also have Crackerbox and Suzy Stamps store listed in the description box below. I would encourage you to head over there. They have tons of really fun stamps in many different styles. So there's some snarky, there's cute. There you can see that I do have that horse and cowboy image. So there's some masculine, there's florals. It just has a really wide variety of red rubber stamps. And if you've ever used a red rubber stamp, you do know how well they stamp on the first try. So I'm moving on to the greens. I will be using a G9 as my darkest color. I'm going to use that underneath the petals. I'll bring it out from the bottom and flick it out towards the center. I also reinforce some of the lines that were provided in the stamp. I'll blend that out with a G5 and finally with a G2. For the flower, you'll notice that I did leave white space. I didn't color all the way to the tip. I like to do that sometimes with these florals. I do cut it out using my brother's scan and cut. So I leave probably about a 1/4 inch of a white border all the way around. I'm going to quickly put together these cards. As I said, this is a hop and I want to make sure that you can stop at everyone's channel and see what they have created. These hops are super fun and it's not only a chance for you to win some gift certificates and prizes, but to also be inspired. So you can see that I'm adding that G9 around the bottom of those leaves where they meet, and then I blend it out with the G5 and then the G2. I do go back in and do a little bit of reinforcing. So for that blue flower, I reinforced the darkest color to make sure that that B6 was really prominent. For the inside of the flower, I don't show it, I don't believe. So for the inside, I use some lighter G markers and I will list those in the description box below, as well as links to all of the stamps that I've used. I wanted to make sure that I showcased how well these stamps coordinated together. I received 4 stamps in all, 2 sentiment stamps and the floral as well as the horse. This is a Fun Stamper's Journey embossing folder. I have that circle over to the right. I did use 2 MFT dies to cut that out. I sprayed my panel, that's paper tray ink blueberry paper. I sprayed it with a little bit of water and ran it through my Vagabond to get that nice plaid texture. And now I'm gluing my circle directly to the card base. I did stamp my images out onto Nina Solar White 80-pound cardstock, if I didn't mention that, and I used that same paper for that circle. I'm going to use my first sentiment, which is Thinking of You, and it's a beautiful script. I didn't bother taking my foam out. I wasn't going to do a really hard impression. Like, I'm going to very lightly put this down and lightly rub on it. So I'll do it a couple of times just to make sure that I get a good impression. And then I dry it in between with my heat tool. I've added some foam to the back of this floral. I did cut it down off camera. I forgot to turn my camera on. I thought maybe I would put the horse and use it on this card, but I decided against it. Although it does look very nice, I decided to use that floral the second floral, and I'm going to put some of that double-sided foam tape on the back. And then for my second card, I colored up that same sunflower trio. This time I did color it in traditional sunflower colors, and I cut it out as well with my brother Scan and Cut. I'm going to lay this down and trim it off. And then I'll add this to a card panel that is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. It will be Neenah Solar White 110-pound cardstock. The glue that I'm using is my art glitter glue. And once I get this centered onto my card, we'll move on and I'll show you quickly the other card that I created. I did use that same foam adhesive behind the florals on the second card. On the inside of this card, I did stamp another sentiment, and I don't happen to have it in front of me to read it off to you, but I'm sure that you're getting a really good look at it. And that was the fourth stamp that I received generously from Crackerbox and Suzy Stamps. So there's a look at my card, and I showed you the inside. Here's the second card. I did use a stencil to create the sun rays. I brought in a piece of pattern paper. I glued down my horse and cowboy directly. You can see the dimension on the back of that sunflower. There's that beautiful sentiment. May your day be filled with sunshine and your heart filled with love. I'll show you a quick look at both of the other cards, and that is my project for today. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to click the next person in the hop. Thank you, Crackerbox and Suzy Stamps, for sponsoring this. I absolutely love your red rubber stamps.